Calling House Bill 652, Delegate Guyton.
Thank you so much again, Madam Chair, colleagues on Ways and Means. Again, Delegate Michele Guyton from District 42B in Baltimore County. And I am here to request your consideration of House Bill 652. More Opportunities for Career-Focused Student Act. 652 provides more opportunities to students who may be interested in pursuing a career straight out of high school that does not require a college education. The state of Maryland has coined the term career and college readiness to describe the optimal preparedness for all of our graduating students. But we all know that for too long, the emphasis on higher education, the college part, has been much greater than that on the career portion, career readiness. So the Blueprint of Maryland's Future recognizes the value of career technology education and licensing and apprenticeship programs for many of our students. And this bill strives to support that work in three very simple ways. The first involves the use of an online platform for most of our Maryland schools. It is Naviance. So if you have a child right now who is in a public school, particularly if they are in middle school or high school, you know Naviance. Naviance is where high school students can explore their interests, their potential careers. And what it does is it sends you lists of colleges to which you might want to apply. So right now, students only see the colleges on Naviance, but this bill will widen the scope of Naviance to include potential employers and apprenticeship sponsors. If a student, for instance, says, I'd rather go into a trade rather than to college, they don't get anything. Now they will. So Naviance has already indicated to the sponsors that they possess the ability to do this and they're willing to do so. They just need a request from the school systems to make this happen. So number two is that House Bill 652 requires equal visibility between apprenticeship sponsors and potential employees and college recruitment within the school setting. So if there's a college fair, we would like for them to also have a recruitment fair for apprenticeships and for trade associations. Very simply, we all know if you go into high school, there's a big board that has a whole bunch of college pennants on it. We'd ask for equal visibility, which means let's also have a board that has some jobs and some trades and some licensure opportunities on it. So this will ensure that students are aware of their opportunities outside of attending college. And then third, some schools, not all, pay for tests such as the PSATs, the SATs, or the AP tests. So our county pays for SATs, for instance. Some districts do not pay for these. This bill says that if a school chooses to pay for those academic tests, they must also pay for licensing, credentialing tests, and apprenticeship tests where appropriate. So this way, a student won't avoid going into those areas, won't avoid an apprenticeship because they don't have the money to pay for the tests. And sometimes those can actually be fairly expensive. The bill will provide resources to our career-focused students that are not now available to them. It'll help them match job opportunities with their interests, and it will also elevate the choice to go into the workforce rather than to go directly into college. So I urge you to vote favorably on House Bill 652. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, Len Lucci for 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, members of the House Ways and Means Committee. My name is Len Lucci. I'm here today on behalf of the Maryland Workforce Alliance. That's a coalition of trade unions, or rather labor unions, trade organizations, and apprenticeship providers, all working together on workforce issues, especially ones that deal with apprenticeships. Our coalition is very grateful to Delegate Guyton for sponsoring the More Opportunities for Career-Focused Students Act of 2022. We think it'll give students who are looking at starting in a trade same opportunities that students get at high schools who are interested in pursuing collegiate education. All three provisions we think are very important: the Naviance access, the equal visibility for job opportunities and apprenticeships, and the payment of skill, credential, and entrance exams if there's already a payment for SATs and ACTs. So we urge you to give this bill, a very important bill, a favorable report. I thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, for 2 minutes, Caroline Yang, please.
Hello. My last name is Caroline Jang.
Hi, go ahead for 2 minutes. Thank you.
Good afternoon, members of the Ways and Means Committee. My name is Caroline Jang, the Legislative Advocacy and Organizing Intern for Strong Schools Maryland. I recently graduated from UMBC this past December and currently on the road to becoming a school psychologist. And I'm here to testify in support of House Bill 652. The Blueprint for Maryland's Future outlines a system that can bring world-class public school education to our state's children. And at the end of the road is the ultimate measure of this foundation, college and career readiness. By passing HB 652, you all, the committee members, and the Maryland General Assembly can set the stage to strengthen and help existing policies, including the Blueprint, reach world-class college and career readiness outcomes for students. HB 652 will increase access to career and technical education opportunities for students. It requires local school systems to pay the student's share of certification costs the same way they do for AP, BSAT, SAT, or ACT exams. HB 652 will also increase economic opportunities by increasing the likelihood that more students will be properly qualified to go directly into jobs that they have tested and trained for as soon as they graduate. College and career readiness is the last and biggest measure of the success of the Blueprint for Maryland's Future before students enter into the workforce or higher education. All the reasons I have just said, increasing access to career and technical offerings and increasing economic opportunities for students, contributes to the successful implementation of the Blueprint and to the achievement of the world-class schools. And for those reasons, we urge a favorable report on House Bill 652. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Delegate Guyton or any of the witnesses? Okay, seeing none, thank you. That concludes the testimony on House Bill 652.